So I've been having conversations with women coming into my free Ease Within membership, as well as my clients and students. And the one thing I've been noticing a lot recently is that women over 40 are feeling a little lost. Not necessarily that there's anything wrong. It's not that they're falling apart. It's not that they're depressed. It's just that kind of sense of being disconnected and flat and lacking motivation and feeling like something's missing. And it feels like women are grieving for the life they thought they would lead. Like the life they thought they would have, that they don't have, or they feel disconnected from that, and it hurts. It really hurts. Maybe they feel like they're carrying everyone else, or they're carrying themselves alone. And this could be you. Maybe you're feeling invisible, like you've been carrying everything, or maybe you're having to carry yourself now and you always expected to be with a partner and you're on your own, or your relationship isn't kind of giving the way you thought and hoped it would. Maybe life's become repetitive and relentless, heavy, maybe just feeling a bit flat, lacking motivation, feeling like everyone else's needs come first and maybe you've been putting yourself last. So this goes deeper than stress. It's not just burnout. It goes a lot deeper. Women quite often have spent decades making sure everyone else is okay, everyone else's needs are met, and they haven't always considered their own. They're dealing with the family, kids, aging parents, school trips, responsibilities, work, just dealing with relationships and trying to keep friendships going. It's a lot of plates to juggle. You may feel like you're constantly adapting and constantly having to cope and adapt all the time. Sometimes as women we kind of get programmed to be useful. It's like if we're not doing something, then we're not valid, we're not worthy, we're a waste of time. So we spend our lives being useful instead of being connected with ourselves. So we can get to a point where we feel like we're functioning, but we're not really feeling alive. We're not feeling joy. We're not feeling that connection with self. It feels like there's something lacking. So it kind of gets to that energy of who am I? Who am I now? Maybe the kids have left home, maybe you've got divorced, maybe your relationship isn't working, or maybe you're on your own and you never expected that to happen. Maybe you're just feeling really dissatisfied with your career. It doesn't meet your expectations of what you wanted. Maybe you're living alone. Maybe you're aging, like you're getting older. When we get into kind of menopausal years and things, we kind of shift into a different space in society, in our lives, and maybe you're kind of becoming kind of spiritually awakened, or whatever we'd label it as. You're finally kind of acknowledging that side of you. And because we're getting older, we're thinking about, what am I going to do when I'm older? So it can be kind of dissatisfaction that you're not where you thought you'd be, that life isn't the way you expected it to be. Or maybe your old identity just doesn't fit where you are now in your life now. And it's almost like the new identity hasn't turned up yet. So you kind of feel in this kind of limbo state. So everyone's talking about this loneliness epidemic. And I think it's real for various reasons. As women, we're quite often emotionally holding everything together, everyone together. And we're not always there to hold ourselves together. So even though we're in our 40s plus, we still feel like we're trying to work it out. We're trying to work out what our emotions are. We're trying to be strong, we're trying to be there for everybody. But whether you're physically alone or whether you're surrounded by people, we can still feel like we're navigating life internally alone. Whether that's we're physically alone and navigating life on our own, or even we just feel like that. So there's this sense of not being supported. It's like life isn't supporting me, my relationships aren't supporting me, I'm feeling lost. There's just this deep sense of having to carry yourself, carrying life on your own. So we want to feel alive, we want to feel joy, we want to feel more to life. And sometimes it feels like something's lacking, or something's not there that we're craving, but we can't label what it is. We want to feel like ourselves again. We want to feel alive. And we know there's more to life than this. We want to reconnect with our joy, with our passions, with our intuition, with ourselves. And wanting more from life doesn't make you ungrateful. It absolutely does. Or selfish. But we can feel guilty that we're asking for more when, we look around and we think everyone else would be like dying to have our life. And yet it doesn't feel good on the inside. So I talk a lot about intuition. And for me, when we're connected with our intuition, we feel more alive, we feel more connected, we feel more supported, kind of like by the universe, if you like, as well as by ourselves. We feel that connection with ourselves more. And so we need to learn to work with that inner guidance, noticing what feels true for you, reconnecting with your internal best friend, as I call it, so that your intuition can be there to support you, to guide you, and you rebuild that trust with your intuition, with that best friend, with yourself. We can kind of have a lack of trust with ourselves and with our intuition, and that can feel like we've overrided ourselves again and again and again, and then that it's like a big gap between us and our intuition, and we just don't know how to bridge it. So where do we begin to resolve this? Well, one thing is starting to notice what brightens you, what lightens you up, what is fun, and trying to carve more time for that in. Even if it's small little things, you're still going to start kind of getting on the fun roller coaster slowly rather than on the non-fun roller coaster. I don't know. You might know what I mean. So we start to seek out what's joyful and what gives us pleasure and what gives us like that alive feeling. And we start seeking out more of that whilst we notice what's draining us, what's creating that contraction, so that we can go into expansion and fun more once we start paying attention and noticing. And start asking what you actually want instead. We quite often get into this pattern where we're just noticing what we don't want in our lives, but we're not actually looking at what we do want. And when we're not telling the universe and ourselves what we actually want to work towards and what we actually are asking for, and we're not honest about that, or we just kind of ask for the same as what we think we should ask for and what everyone tells us we need, that causes us more pain and torture as well. We need to ask for what we want. So you don't have, seriously, you do not have to do this alone. I've had really dark times in my life where I've just been kind of trudging water. And it's not until I've started working with a mentor or working with someone that I've actually started to like kind of give myself the kick up the backside and actually start making my life work for me again. So I've been there. I know exactly how it feels. And that's exactly why I created the Dream Life Sanctuary. It's not just another membership. It's a place where women can land, have conversations, and work with me to work out what they actually want and start to put things and changes into their lives. I've had women come into the membership, and after a couple of months, they're their life's changed. Like, things are fundamentally different. They feel different. They're doing different things. They're doing more of what gives them joy. They're actually working out what gives them joy, maybe for the first time in decades. And they're actually making space for that. And that starts the ball rolling into this kind of outward spiral of joy and fun and ease. And, you know, it creates something different. So you don't have to do this alone. Come and join me if you want to know more. So, I'm Eloise. I've been working with thousands of women in nearly 2 decades of healing work and coaching people on their intuition and facilitating to make a change and difference and helping women to work out what they want. You don't need to do this alone. Come and join me inside the Dream Life Sanctuary and let's do this together. Let's make your life exciting again and move forward with some joy in your step. Have a great week. Take care.